Omeprazole is one of the most commonly used medications in the world today. But what many patients don't realize is that long-term use can sometimes lead to the development of stomach polyps. Today we'll discuss why this happens and whether it's something you should be really concerned about. Hey guys, and welcome back to How to Gastro Medical Lectures Made Easy, presented by me, Dr. Ishvani Govender. And in today's video, we'll be deep diving into the connection between long-term PPI use and the development of stomach polyps. So let's get started. So before we get into the specifics of gastric polyps, let's do a quick review on what are PPIs or proton pump inhibitors. So proton pump inhibitors are a class of medications that significantly reduce the production of gastric acid by blocking the final step in acid secretion within the stomach. The proton pump inhibitors do this by irreversibly blocking the hydrogen-potassium ATPase proton pumps in gastric parietal cells, thereby suppressing the final step of stomach acid production. So I know that might be a bit too technical, but basically all you need to know is the proton pumps are a class of medication or a type of drug that actually reduce gastric acidity or the acidity within the gastric cavity. And this is actually how these drugs work. So the proton pump inhibitors are absorbed and reach the stomach. And in the acidic environment of the parietal cells within the stomach, they are activated, or the PPI drugs are activated. And the activated PPIs then bind irreversibly to the hydrogen-potassium ATPase or the proton pump on the parietal cells. So this is what that pump looks like. And this blocks the proton pump and prevents it from secreting hydrogen ions into the stomach. And in this way, the gastric acid secretion is suppressed. And this, of course, results in reduced gastric acid production and an increased pH, which means a more basic pH within the gastric cavity, and relief from any acid-related symptoms. So this is why the proton pump inhibitors or medications like Omeprazole, Esomeprazole, Lansoprazole, Pantoprazole, and Rabeprazole are so common and so popular in today's age. So why are PPIs so common, or why are they prescribed? So the proton pump inhibitors, such as Omeprazole, are among the most commonly prescribed medications worldwide today. And they are highly effective at reducing stomach acid and treating conditions like gastroesophageal reflux disease, which is known as GERD, erosive esophagitis, which is the inflammation of the esophagus, peptic ulcer disease, which are ulcers that may develop within the gastric cavity or the duodenum, a Helicobacter pylori infection, which is also the inflammation of the stomach, or gastritis, which is caused by a bacteria, and this can also lead to ulcers in long-standing cases. PPIs are also prescribed to treat conditions like gastritis, dyspepsia or indigestion, Barrett's esophagus, Zollinger-Ellison syndrome, to prevent NSAID or nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory disease-induced ulcers, and to help treat stress ulcers in critically ill patients. So proton pump inhibitors are generally safe and effective, but prolonged use can cause changes within the stomach lining. So they are very common because most people during their lifetime will suffer from some sort of upper GI discomfort, which includes heartburn and a burning sensation, reflux, vomiting, nausea, and the proton pump inhibitors are prescribed for all of these conditions. And that's why they are so popular today all around the world. So what are gastric polyps? So gastric polyps are abnormal growths that develop on the inner lining of the stomach. So most polyps cause no symptoms and are discovered incidentally during a routine gastroscopy. And there are 6 main types of gastric polyps, but the common types include Fundic gland polyps, hyperplastic polyps, adenomatous polyps, and inflammatory fibroid polyps. So I have done a more intense video on the gastric polyps. So if you want to check that out, I will put a link for it in the description below. So approximately 70 to 90% of gastric polyps encountered during an endoscopy or a gastroscopy are benign lesions, but sometimes some types may carry a risk of cancerous transformation. So very few gastric polyps actually have the ability to transform into cancer. So 70 to 90% of them are just benign lesions. So that's a very important point to keep in mind. So what is the link between proton pump inhibitor use and the development of gastric polyps? So long-term suppression of stomach acid leads to an increased production of a hormone which is called gastrin. So elevated gastrin levels then in turn stimulate the growth of the stomach lining, particularly in the fundus and the body of the stomach. So if we take a closer look at this little image of our stomach, we see where the fundus is located and the body of the stomach. So when acid production is suppressed by a PPI, it increases the amount of gastrin in the body, which is a hormone. And these gastrin levels actually stimulate the growth of the stomach lining, which then in turn cause the development of these fundic gland polyps. So let's take a closer look at this diagram to the right of our screen. So it says number 1, long-term PPI use. So proton pump inhibitors are taken regularly over an extended period of time. Step 2 is reduced stomach acid. So the proton pump inhibitors block acid production in the stomach, leading to a significant reduction in gastric acid. Step 3 is increased gastrin levels. So low stomach acid stimulates the G cells to produce more gastrin, which is a hormone, causing elevated gastrin levels in the blood. So now we have blood gastrin levels that increase. And this increase in the gastrin levels stimulate the fundic glands. So elevated gastrin levels stimulate parietal and enterokaufman-like cells, leading to hyperplasia of the fundic glands. So the fundic glands are basically these glands which are found within the cells of the stomach or the mucosa of the stomach. And what actually happens is when we have increased levels of gastrin, these cells take on a different sort of shape or morphology. And that's what actually happens here and why these polyps develop. So over time, this growth stimulation can lead to the development of fundic gland polyps. So more about these fundic gland polyps. So multiple fundic gland polyps can develop and they are usually small in nature. They are usually smooth, round, dome-shaped lesions, and they are usually less than 1 centimeter in size. So the risk of developing fundic gland polyps increases with higher doses of proton pump inhibitors, a longer duration of therapy of these proton pump inhibitors, and continuous proton pump inhibitor use over several years. So if you take your Omeprazole for several years, the chances of you developing a fundic gland polyp will increase proportionately with the use of that PPI. So what do these polyps look like on gastroscopy? So during an endoscopy or a gastroscopy, a fundic gland polyp typically appear as small, smooth, shiny bumps. So as we can see here, this is what they actually look like. They are flesh-colored or pink lesions, and they can be multiple polyps scattered throughout the stomach, body, or the fundus of the stomach. And they're usually asymptomatic, so the patient will not even know that they are there, and they usually need an endoscopy or a gastroscopy to actually diagnose them. So most patients are surprised to learn they have these polyps because these polyps rarely cause pain, bleeding, or digestive symptoms. And something very important here to note is that the malignancy risk of these polyps is often very low and occurs in less than 1% of sporadic lesions. So although these polyps do develop within the lining of the stomach, they actually carry a very low malignancy risk. So should you be concerned if you're on PPI therapy? So the short answer is no. So the good news is that PPI-associated fundic gland polyps are generally benign, and the malignancy risk of these polyps is very, very low and occurs in less than 1% in sporadic lesions. So important factors to note here is that the cancer risk is extremely low. Most do not require treatment because they are asymptomatic and most patients don't actually know they even have them. And biopsies are performed during a gastroscopy to confirm the diagnosis and to make sure we don't have another type of polyp, such as an adenomatous polyp, which does have the potential of malignancy. So larger or atypical polyps may require removal. So these polyps will be removed because they carry a risk of potentially bleeding, for example, and which will lead to an iron deficiency anemia for these patients. So if they are going to lead to any sort of symptoms or debilitate the patient in any way, we will opt for removal of them. So doctors may review whether ongoing PPI therapy is still necessary or if the patient's symptoms have subsided. Is their heartburn a little better, or can they make any dietary adjustments to ease with the gastric irritation or acidity? And of course, patients should never stop prescribed medication without consulting their healthcare provider. So in conclusion, omeprazole and other proton pump inhibitors are effective acid-suppressing medications. Long-term use of PPIs can lead to the development of Fundic gland polyps. Most stomach polyps associated with the use of PPIs are harmless and non-cancerous. A gastroscopy is the best way to identify and assess gastric polyps, and regular medical review ensures PPIs are used safely and appropriately. And that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this presentation very interesting and informative. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and to share this video with someone you think may benefit from it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.